Now I would like to call upon the last debater and team leader of position team, Riyadul Islam Riyad, to deliver your speech.
According to Albert Einstein, education is not the fact of memorizing, but the training of mind to think. However, her present, our moderator, respectable teacher, dear listener, and all of my well-wishers, at first take my cordial salam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today is a topic and we are debating on traditional education system is the main obstacle to build up a skilled manpower. I am Riyadul Islam, the leader of position. Now, I'll deliver my speech. Our moderator, in the corresponding of traditional education system, may we have forgotten what is the actual purpose of education. Pramod Chaudhary written in an article about the purpose of education. Not only he, but also many writers of our country. They gave importance in understanding, but our traditional education system are giving importance in memorizing. They ignored bookish knowledge, but our traditional education system professes this bookish knowledge. First of all, if I ask my opponent how your traditional education system builds skilled manpower, I know my opponent will say that our traditional education system builds skilled manpower by memorizing. If I again ask, is how? They'll say it's like bookish knowledge. That's why, another name of disrupting the real purpose of education is your traditional education system. Our moderator, we have got independence in 1971. In the same year, Qatar and EU got independence. Today, the literacy rate of Qatar is 97.8% and the unemployment rate is 0.1%. In UAE, it is 99.4% and 2.54% respectively. But in your country, the literacy rate is only 72.89%. If I ask my opponent, why are we lag behind? My opponent will say that we have got independence so much late. But my dear opponent, already I have given an equation of two countries. Our moderator, today in our country, there are 4.4 million educated unemployed. And in every year, a lot of students are added with the unemployment rate after completing their graduation. My dear opponent, you can think that you have no problem if you don't get job after completing graduation because your parents is so much rich. But the student of village who are going to school with their shows, what will he do after completing graduation? I can understand what I'll tell to you. Our moderator, in traditional education system, a children learn a poem. Bear, bear, black sheep, heavy aerial, yes sir, 3 bags full. But if you follow Finland, Japan, Germany, etc. countries, we'll see that the children are telling, learn, to be skilled, and tell how to be skilled. That's why China stopped their university for 12 years. Our moderator, a renowned writer of our country, Riyadul Chaudhary, he said the main purpose of education is to achieve humanity. But today, what is the humanity? Because in every year, there are many students who are being killed only for the cause of student politics. Our moderator, a brilliant student of Buet, Abrafad, who was killed by a student politician. Not only Abrafad, at a time Bishwajit was killed by a student politician, at a time Javed was killed by a student politician, at a time Tonu, Al-Wakr was killed by traditional education system. My dear opponent, your traditional education system didn't kill Abrafad, didn't kill Javed, didn't kill Tonu. Rather, your traditional education system killed my country, killed my proud. So my dear opponent, don't kill us and please raise your hand against student politics. Our moderator, my opponent for debater asked how Jabal Islam Shiraz developed salt and rice. My dear opponent, suppose you are the inventor of salt and rice and I am the developer. Who will get more credit? Absolutely you, because you are the inventor. Similarly, in your traditional education system, Jabal Islam just developed salt and rice. And this salt and rice invented first in India. Again asked how Mehdi Hasan invented Obro. My dear opponent, don't you know Obro is banned? Our moderator, Obro is copied from Vijay Bangla software, which is invented by the founder of school and the current ICT minister of our country, Mustafa Jabbar sir. And because of copyright, Google banned Obro. And my dear opponent, copyright is the ideal of your traditional education system. Our moderator, my opponent said they're creating a skilled technician. My dear opponent, if you're creating a skilled technician, why Padma Bridge is constructed by China? Why the designer of Padma Bridge is Aircom? Why Rupo nuclear power plant is constructed by Russia? Why, my opponent? Now we can say, because of friendship, Padma Bridge is constructed by China, power plant is constructed by Russia. But I want to say, you can create friendship with China in case of making peace. You can create friendship with Russia in case of making power plant. But you can't create friendship with Finland, Japan, Germany in case of education. Because if you create, you will not get question before exam. You will not get A+ in the examination. So my dear opponent, please change your cheap mentality. Our moderator, my opponent for debater again asked, how can we say that traditional education system is so bad while the literacy rate is increasing day by day? My dear opponent, it is totally an illogical question. Because literacy rate is increasing, that means they are creating skilled manpower. My dear opponent, are you blind? Don't you see that there are 4.4 million educated unemployed in our country? Okay, take example. Let a country which is 100% corruption rate, and the people of that country are being died for food, but their GDP rate is high, GNP rate is high, per capita rate is high. That means they are developed. No, my dear opponent. Similarly, in your traditional education system, literacy rate is increasing, millions of people are completing graduation, but they are unemployed. So, a madman of road will say that your traditional education system is wrong. So, why not say it become obligatory for me to tell that your traditional education system is bad? Moderator, my opponent first debater said, learning today, leading tomorrow. My dear opponent, if you learn how to copy in the examination, how will you lead? If you learn how to get a plus in the examination, how will you lead? Again, third debater said, they are preserving their food by their skill manpower. My dear opponent, your skill manpower are not preserving food. Rather, they invent a new process by which they can kill us. Because in every food there is formalin. And by this formalin, millions of people are being died. So my dear opponent, please don't make such type of skill manpower. Moderator, as the last speech, I'll give an example of Martin Luther King. He said, darkness cannot divulge by darkness, only light can. Similarly, traditional education system can't make skill manpower, only technical education can. Thank you for listening to my speech. Pray for me. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Riyadul Islam Riyadh.